and welcome back to Trekkers Online. Today we're going to carry on learning about some of the amazing things that Jesus said about himself. Last week we heard from Rodney that Jesus said, "I am the bread of life." I wonder what we're going to learn today. Well, let's start off with a song, then a game, a Bible talk, and we'll finish off with a quiz. So, let's start off with a really fun song called Wide and Long and High and Deep. You all need to be standing up, ready to do the actions for this one.
Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. It's the love of Jesus. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. It's the love of Jesus for us. And we pray that we will know this love, and we pray that we will grow in love, and we pray that we will be filled up with the Spirit of God. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. It's the love of Jesus. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. It's the love of Jesus for us. And we pray that we will know this love, and we pray that we will grow in love, and we pray that we will be filled up with the Spirit of God. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. It's the love of Jesus. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. Wide and long and high and deep. It's the love of Jesus. It's the love of Jesus. It's the love of Jesus for us.
Phew, that was great. It's an amazing song because it reminds us that Jesus' love is wide and long and high and deep. Well, I've got a question for you. Do you lose things sometimes? Do your mums and dads lose things sometimes? I tell you what, I often lose things. Now for this next game, I need you to pretend that you've lost lots of things and you need to go and find them. The game is called Bring Me. I'm going to tell you an object that you need to find and you will have 5 seconds to rush off and come back and bring it to me. Okay? Right. The first object is a piece of fruit. Go! Great, fantastic. Did you find your piece of fruit? It didn't need to be an apple, but that's the one I had. Fantastic. Okay, ready for the next item? It's a shoe. Off you go. Fantastic. Brilliant. You've all found a shoe and you've brought it back. Okay, ready for the next one? It's a coin. Can you find a coin? Off you go. Brilliant. I think that was quite a hard one. So if you found a coin in those 5 seconds, fabulous. Okay, next object is a book. Find a book. Well done. I'm sure you've all found a book and you've managed to bring it back. Well done. Okay, the last thing you need to find is an animal. Go! Well done. Fantastic. I wonder how many of you also found an elephant. Did any of you go and find a sheep? Because in today's story, we're going to be hearing about a sheep that got lost. Sharon is going to now tell us the story from the Bible.
Hello, boys and girls. It is lovely to see you today, and I'm really glad that you've come to join us in our Trekkers YouTube video. And I'm going to start off by asking you a question. And my question is this: what is God like? Now, I know that over the last couple of weeks, you've been thinking about that question and you've been looking at some of the things that the Bible, or more particularly Jesus, said about that. And I know that already you have learned that Jesus said that he is the bread of life. Well, today we're going to look at something else Jesus said about himself and hope that that can help us to answer more of our question about what God is like. And so what we're going to look at today, boys and girls, is when Jesus said, I am the good shepherd. Now, if Jesus is a good shepherd, then what does that make us? That's right, the sheep. You see, boys and girls, we need to be protected and taken care of. And just like a shepherd does for his sheep, Jesus looks after us. You see, boys and girls, sheep can be very silly sometimes. Sometimes they get stuck in a hedge, get their fleece all caught up in the brambles. Sometimes they fall over. And did you know if a sheep does fall over, it can't get up on its own? Sometimes they even get lost. They think they know the right way to go. They think they know what's best for them. And they go off in search of that patch of grass and eventually find themselves in a very tricky situation. And you know, boys and girls, that is just like us. You see, we all sin, or in other words, we do wrong things that disobey God. And sin means that we are lost. We're on the wrong road. It tangles us up and we just cannot get free. We are just like those sheep. But the good news is that Jesus said he is the good shepherd. And when we go the wrong way and get lost, he rescues us. He picks us up when we fall and he puts us on the right path, the safe path, and he leads us into safe and beautiful pastures, just like the shepherd does for his sheep. But you know, boys and girls, the shepherd has to do something else. The shepherd has to protect his sheep. You see, in Jesus' day, when Jesus told this story to begin with, he was thinking about all of the shepherds who lived at that time. And he was thinking about the things that they had to do. And up in the hills where those shepherds lived, there were lots and lots of wild animals. There were lions and bears and wolves. And the shepherd had to protect his sheep. You see, those lions and bears and wolves will probably think that those sheep might make a very tasty treat. And that's exactly what Jesus did for us. He takes care of us when times are difficult. In fact, he does so much more than that, boys and girls. You see, the good shepherd would be prepared to die for his sheep. And that's exactly what Jesus did for us. He loved us so much that he died on the cross to save us from the punishment that we deserve for our sin. And so, boys and girls, I wonder what you are today. Are you one of Jesus' sheep? Have you trusted Jesus to lead you in the right way? Have you trusted him to deal with all of your sin, said sorry to him for all the wrong things that he has done for you, and thanked him for his death on the cross for you? Well, if you have, that's a wonderful thing. And if you have, then you are one of Jesus' sheep. Jesus said, "My sheep hear my voice and follow me." You know, boys and girls, just like the sheep can only be rescued if they follow their shepherd, we too can also only be rescued if we follow him. And it's only when we follow him that we can be truly happy, just like the sheep. You see, we know that Jesus is leading us to a home in heaven with him forever. So, boys and girls, I hope that you'll think about all of those things that we've learned today and all the things that you've learned over the last couple of sessions that we've had together. And I hope that it's helped us to answer a little bit more about that question, what is God like? Well, today, boys and girls, we've discovered that God is a caring God. God protects us when we need it. He loves us and he cares for us, and he only wants what's best for us. And if we follow him, then we will find a home in heaven with him forever. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you can come back next week, because I know I'm really looking forward to seeing what else we're going to learn next week about what God is really like. Bye!
Thanks, Sharon. Well, who was listening to that story really carefully? Because now we've got a quiz. And that quiz is called Head, Shoulders, Knees. I'm going to give you 3 options for each question. And if you think the first option is the right answer, put your hand on your heads. If you think the second is the right answer, put your hands on your shoulders. And the third option, put your hands on your knees. Okay, are you ready? The first question is this. Where was Sharon's story from? Was it Heads, the Bible, Shoulders, a fairy tale book, or Knees, a newspaper? What do you think? Yes, that's right. It was Heads, the Bible. Sharon's story came from the Bible. Okay, question 2. What did Sharon say that the Bible says we are like? Heads, chickens, shoulders, sheep, or knees, cats? What do you think? Have you got the answer? Yes, it's shoulders, sheep. The Bible doesn't say we're like cats or like chickens. Okay, question 3. What are sheep like? Are they heads, silly, shoulders, clever, or knees, wise? What do you think? What did Sharon say? What does the Bible say? Well, it says that sheep are heads, silly. And actually the Bible says that we are like sheep. And we're quite silly and we get lost. We go the wrong way. We go our own way. But what does a shepherd do for his sheep? Does he heads, do nothing, shoulders, say mean things to them, or knees, protect them? What do you think? What does a shepherd do for his sheep? That's right, it was knees. He protects them. And Jesus said he is the good shepherd, which means that Jesus protects us. He wants to care for us. Okay, last question. What did Jesus do for us? Heads? Nothing? Shoulders? Fill out a form? Or knees? Die on the cross for us? What do you think? Did he fill out a form for us? No. It was die on the cross for us. Jesus is the good shepherd, and he loves us so much that he died on the cross for us to save us from our sin. Wow, what an amazing thing we've learnt today from the Bible. So that's the second thing that we've learnt Jesus said about himself. Last week we learnt that Jesus said, I am the bread of life. This week that Jesus said, I am the Good Shepherd. Fantastic. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to tune in next time for more Trekkers Online. Bye!